So something that I've noticed the last few years of being a high priestess and a psychic medium is there is this extremely backwards and patronizing belief about spiritualists that when someone comes into our lives that ultimately ends up hurting us, betraying us, backstabbing us, lying to us, cheating, whatever, that it's somehow our fault. Because since we're so gifted and in tune, we should have seen it coming. And because we didn't see it coming, that somehow makes us less spiritual or less of who we are. And that is so backwards to me. I've encountered this. I have friends who have dealt with this. I've seen it online. And honestly, it's a form of victim blaming. Like, I'm an introvert. Okay, I tell y'all, I stay in Nictopia, my own little world, 99% of the time. But I still live on the same planet as you. Okay, I still have to deal with people. I still have relationships and whatnot. And there's a lot of fucked up people here. That's just the reality. There's a lot of NPCs and possessed people and just especially men. Because to a certain extent, a lot of men have been conditioned to be manipulative and to be unfaithful and to be deceptive to get what they want. That's just reality. And while there can be signs along the way, sometimes, for whatever reason, you have a soul contract saying that for your soul's journey, you need to encounter that person. And if you don't learn your lesson the first time properly, then you have to keep encountering them and keep encountering them until you learn it. And that does not make you any less spiritual, any less powerful, anything like that. Okay? And I also want to bring up the fact that when it comes to evil, mean-spirited, dark practitioners, meaning witches and warlocks, that do a lot of dark, nasty work, and they are just nasty people themselves, a lot of them will have layers of glamour magic on them. So that even the most experienced elder would have a very difficult time in the beginning seeing them for who they really are. So if an elder is going to have a difficult time seeing that, imagine what would happen to a newly spiritual person, or a new witch, or someone who's not really spiritual or intuitive at all. They'll get bamboozled 9 ways to Sunday. Now, I'm well aware that there are some people out there that their guides can be screaming at them, and they will not listen. Okay? I've had a few of those moments in my life, and I learned very quickly that that was not the way to be. And so I started listening, and thank God. But in the beginning part of my spiritual journey, I had to go through a narcissistic abuse relationship so that I can smell that nasty, low-level, toxic, dark masculine energy 10 miles away and stay away from it, and so that when I have clients, or in the future, godchildren, that come to me asking about the man that they're interested in, I can, save them. Because I can smell that nasty energy so far away because I was around it so much for so long, right? And my soul had to grow through that experience. And for a long time, I was extremely upset with myself. Not because I thought that I ever deserved the abuse, but because I was mad at myself for not seeing him for who he was. But the fact of the matter was, if I had seen who he was when I met him, I would have ran. You know? But everything happens for a reason, and we live on the same planet as everybody else. We're just a little different. And spirituality, like, my spirituality, it's not a way for me to avoid the duality of life. It's one of the tools I have, among many others, to deal with the duality of life when it comes up. Okay? So I just wanted to put this out there, like, just because you're spiritual does not mean that you're not going to encounter shitty people. Hopefully, you'll get to a certain level where they'll be easier to spot, but still, life is life and people are people.